Hey guys, what's up? Hey Share Bear, Teresa, hey Growable. So I'm just gonna do the same thing I did last night, which was read these kind of unbelievable true haunted London stories. They crack me up, some of them. They do. And the way they speak, it's hilarious. So I thought I'd read a couple of those again for like half an hour, and then we can watch some more of those stupid idiot guys, which cracked me up. I was gonna show or watch that video. This video, it was about the Annabelle doll, the Annabelle doll. I think they go and see it. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna watch it with you guys. Hey, Patricia. So I thought that would be fun. I don't know. This is more my jam. Even though I don't get a lot of people in here in these live streams, when it comes to like true crime or paranormal, honestly, I don't care because this is like I love doing this stuff. It's my passion, you know? All right. I'm just going to hop on here and start reading and then yeah, me too, right? I love paranormal stuff. And I only have a little like a few stories, well not a few. I've got quite a few pages left of this book, Haunted London, but I just love it. Yeah, I think Deb will like it. Hopefully she'll come in here. She'll like the Annabelle bit, yeah. So I figured we'd watch that. It's like 22 minutes long, and if we feel like it, we'll watch another one. They've got tons of videos, these guys. You're not sleeping today. What? We're gonna watch that video. It's about the Annabelle doll, and it's the BuzzFeed one, so those two idiots will be in it. I know, I love it too. The name. All right, let's get started here, and then we'll watch that video. All right, so this one is Hampstead Ponds and Hampstead Heath, and the title of this is The Horseman's Shadow. So Hampstead Heath is comprised of 800 acres of wild and rugged moorland, which, as well as being a playground for generations of Londoners, it also provides a lush habitat for an abundance of wildlife. Yet in parts, the heath is a sinister place, with towering trees casting its rough pathways into ethereal shadow. Numerous ponds dot the heath, and hardy swimmers make use of several of them frequently. Some of these swimmers complain of hearing phantom footsteps following them along the jetties as they prepare to leap into the cold, murky waters. No explanation has ever been found as to who or what might be responsible for the footsteps, although several witnesses believe them to be connected with suicides that, in the past, choose to end their lives in the ponds. You're Native American? Oh, you let her know? Oh, thank you, Patricia. I actually have, you might actually, Running Great Wolf, I would love it if you give your opinion on, uh, don't quote me. I've got a live coming up, and it's about the recent serial killer that was caught. And he has, so far, 4 victims, and they are Indigenous women. This happened in Winnipeg, Canada. I'm not sure if you heard of it, but I do plan on doing a live on that. I think it's for Friday or Thursday. I don't know. It's one of these. It's one day this week, anyways. Hey, Mom of Three. Oh, no worries. Glad I could be helpful, anyways. Hey, Dragon Mama. You're under the weather. Why? Hey, Brenda Paws. Mm. You're Apache, and is this how you say it? Choctaw? Okay, so the open spaces of the heath afford little protection from the malevolent forces that lurk hereabouts. In the 17th and 18th centuries, the rugged paths that cross its untamed wilderness were the haunt of numerous highwaymen, the so-called gentlemen of the road, who would stop at nothing to relieve travelers of their possessions and even their lives. It would seem that one such felon found the lure of the heath so irresistible that he is loath to leave it. Over the years, there have been numerous reports of dark figure on horseback, which comes riding from the dense thickets and gallops toward astonished witnesses. One woman who encountered the phantom told how she was so convinced that she was about to be trampled to death that she flung herself to the ground and prepared for the impact. Can you imagine? Oof. Choctaw? Okay. Thank you. After a few moments, she looked up to find that the ghostly rider and his mount had apparently vanished into thin air. Only then did it dawn on her that, despite the fact that they were coming towards her at great speed, the horseless hooves had not made the slightest sound upon the hard ground. That's scary. That one would scare the crap out of me. Yeah, I would definitely be taking some vitamin C, drinking orange juice, or even taking the pill form. I saw your title but haven't watched. Native women girls are targeted for sexual exploitation. Chalk, like block, and taw, like paw. So Choctaw. Oh, thank you. I didn't want to mispronounce it. Yeah, I haven't done it yet. I don't know what day I have it on. I've got a live every day this week. I'm trying to do more things. Um, just because I don't want my whole channel to, be around KJ all the time. Yeah, I'll upload videos every day because she's got one every day. But other than that, I won't go live about her at all anymore. It's too much. So now I'm more focusing on paranormal and true crime and stuff like that. Except for Sunday. Sunday, I'm going to go live with Jackie Snotty. I don't know if you guys heard of her. She's hilarious. I love her channel. She's going to come on panel with me, and we'll be discussing, not really discussing, more watching old Instagram clips of KJ that are just hilarious because the way she says things or lies, it's so out there, she's lying. So we were talking about it, and yeah, it's kind of funny. Okay, this one is the Spaniards Inn, and this one they called Turpin's Cozy Lair. Yay, no more twat waffle, yippee. Well, I still have, yeah, not live anyways, Alberta and stuff. No, I'm done with that crap. Hey, Autistic. The 16th century Spaniards Inn stands on the edge of Hampstead Heath and is as pleasant as hostelry as you could ever wish to encounter. It is a low-beamed, atmospheric old place, reputedly named for two Spanish brothers who both fell in love with the same woman and then killed each other in a duel. During the Gordon riots of 1780, the rioters stopped off at the inn on their way to destroy nearby Kenwood House, which was then the home of the Earl of Mansfield. The quick-thinking landlord assured the rioters of his loyalty to their cause and to demonstrate his solidarity, offered them unlimited refreshments. Thus was he able to stall them until military aid arrived and the destruction of Kenwood was prevented. That the inn was also a favorite haunt of Dick Turpin, who is commemorated by the snug Turpin bar on the first floor, where a warming log fire crackles in its ancient hearth in the winter months. Customers enjoy a quiet pint in this particular room, have experienced a mysterious sensation of having their sleeves tugged by an invisible hand. In the downstairs bar, meanwhile, a shadowy cloaked figure, who some believe is to be Turpin himself, has been known to stride purposefully across the bar before vanishing abruptly into the wall near the toilets. You notice how all these Londoners' spirits always go either into the ground or into the wall? Have I been missing Jesse or something? I haven't seen anything at all from him in ages. I don't know actually. I think he did it. I seen that he had done an interview with Steve and Suzanne, and there was, I think, a KJ video live or whatever he did. We have hundreds and hundreds of missing Native women, and nobody looks for them, and do not report them missing except on reservations. No Amber Alerts, pictures on milk cartons, FBI posters, or FBI. That is effing bullcrap. We need to fix that. I would love. I don't know. I've always been the type of person that wants to help. If I can help in any way, let me know, Running Grey Wolf, because that's gross. Yeah, we get tons of snow, Alberta. Absolutely. Now it's all gone because it rained for like 2 days almost. Yeah, we get tons of snow. Like this guy finally was caught, and I'm gonna do that live. So hopefully you're there. I'd love to have you up on panel running Grey Wolf, to have your input, or even just in chat. Something's got to be done because they are targeted. Definitely, Indigenous women are targeted. Like a Highway of Tears in Canada. Are you kidding? There is so many missing Indigenous women, and looks like nobody gives a shit. The only thing they did do, thankfully, is put up a billboard telling women, especially Indigenous women, not to hitchhike on the Highway of Tears. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, autistic. I'm going to do a live on that. There's 4 so far. Yeah. Yeah, I did hear. That's I'm gonna do a live on that. I've got it out, I think, for Friday. Do yourself a favor and put some There's rechargeable hand warmers. What? Oh hell yeah! I need to go find those. Those geese are still driving Gatsby nuts. I plan to be there, and we'll let you know if it's a good day. That would be amazing. I'd love your input, honestly. The government has never protected women, children, or seniors, Nikki. You're right. You're absolutely right, and it's got to stop. I don't know. I'm just that type of person. Um, if there's anything I can do to help, I'd love to. Oh, absolutely, Running Grey Wolf, absolutely. Even if you don't want to come on panel, if you just want to stay and chat, please do. And let me know even if I need more input, or if I got something wrong, or if I need to put more on it or talk more about it. I would love to, because it's something's got to be done. I was actually thinking about going to my local OPP here, just seeing what I can find out, what I can have for research, or what I can have to photocopy, and bring it to my channel. I think that, I don't know, I want to make a difference in that sense. They are honking and making a poo mess. Well, you can have them, Dragon Mama. They're nasty little bastards. Seriously, they're beautiful, but they're mean. You'd be interested in that too, for sure, Patricia? Okay. Oh, absolutely. Any way I can help. All right. I'm just going to read a little bit more, and then we'll get into something funny. We'll watch those 2 idiots again. That's what I think I'll do for now, and we'll read, or not will. I'll, read some true crime or some ghostly stories, and then after we'll watch something funny, because I usually do that anyways when I'm on my own. Hey, Melanie, did you finally get a notification? I hope so. Me and one of my subs, SD, are actually going to be working on something. Deb. It's not Indigenous women, but this one has to do with CPS. So bring awareness to that. All right. Look at the ones up, Nikki. They are a 2-pack of rechargeable hand warmer. They're also emergency battery packs. Oh, I need that. All right. Highgate Cemetery, and this is in, the City of the Dead. You were scrolling and that happened. Oh. Whoever can get a hold of Felony Melanie, if I'll forget, seriously, I always do. Somebody not remind her, let her know that I'm live if you can. It sucks. Right now I'm actively looking for Ella May. Really? Okay. I am going to write that down real quick. See if I can get any information. You know what? You never know. And I will contact the police station. They, there's a female cop especially that just apparently adores me. I lost my dog, and She did everything in her power to find my dog. She went driving up and down the roads with me, and she contacted me like every hour on the hour. She finally found my dog Jack, and she called me. She's like, I'm going to come pick you up. So she did. She brought me to the place, and she goes, how much do you love me? I'm like, oh my God, you found my dog. She's like, yeah, I found your dog. I was so happy. She brought me there to get my dog and everything. She was amazing. So they do know me. Went missing from her home in Sweetwater. Okay. So, that's not Canadian. Even still, it needs to be definitely investigated. All right. So May. Okay. Missing. Oh, okay. So 20. Okay. So that's recent then. Sweetwater, Arizona. Oh, I lost my dog. It was before my channel. It was before my channel. Yeah. I was so scared. I thought for sure the little bugger got hit by a car because he doesn't look where he's going and he's a runner. Like he'll run away from me, but he prances like an asshole because it's like he thinks it's funny that I go chase him. I hate it. It was horrible. Oh my God, I cried the whole time. Then when I finally got him back, I hugged the police officer, like jumped in her arms. I was like, oh, thank you so much. I did lose my mind pretty much. Yeah. Oh yeah, she's in the chat. That's why I said if anybody can let me know, or not let me know, let her know whenever I'm live. If I don't know, somehow you guys are like friends with her or something. LMA was a well-known. Ah, gotcha. Okay. So that's probably why there's nothing going on then. I would imagine because yeah. Oh, thanks for that advice. I would have never thought that. The new court date for KJ. I hope the judge says give all your money to Seven Dimension. Yeah, that would be nice, eh? Okay.
You and I have been acting like we weren't a married couple.
What the hell is playing?
Okay, I'm spitting mad now. Maybe this
I'm
is
spitting mad now.
This doesn't work. I have somebody in my life who is fundamentally loyal to me. I'm not going to become Rob.
I have no idea what's playing. Sounds like KJ. Oh shit! I know what it is. Never mind. Got it. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know. Apparently, I have 2 YouTube tabs open. Damn it. Okay, so she definitely is not a. I thought it was drug, and he mistakenly said rug. That's what I thought, or said rug instead of drug. So not at all. She actually is a rug weaver. Good to know. All right. My bad. That's what it was. Yeah, that's usually how it happens, Patricia, especially with Indigenous women. You know, there's also a lot of men that are missing too in Canada. Indigenous men. It's disgusting. All right, I'm just going to read some of these a little bit more and then we'll get into the funny part. So this one is Highgate Cemetery and it's called the City of the Dead. Sprawling across 20 acres of grassy hillside, Highgate Cemetery opened in 1839 and quickly became the most sought-after burial ground in London. Indeed, the fashion-conscious Victorians would not be seen dead in any other cemetery. Pun intended. By the beginning of the 20th century, tens of thousands of people had been laid to rest in its hallowed ground, including many famous and illustrated names. The cemetery's monuments to the dead became ever more ambitious as families struggled desperately to outdo one another by providing increasingly ostentatious resting places for their loved ones. Well, that's what I thought too, Deb. I thought it was, not rug, but I thought that Wolf put rug instead of, well, drug in the chat. So that's what I just assumed. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. So even more so that she's passed, eh? Okay. However, as dark days of World War II descended upon the capital, the cemetery's fortunes suffered a severe downturn, and by the late 1960s, this once proud necropolis had been abandoned. Decay and neglect crept unchecked amongst the tombs as the roots of advancing vegetation wrenched the magnificent graves apart, leaving their twisted masonry sprawled across toppled columns. Rumors were soon circulating of sinister cults holding strange ceremonies in the abandoned ruins after dark. Then the local newspaper, the Hampstead and Highgate Express, began to receive letters from frightened readers telling of ghostly encounters around the cemetery. One man whose car had broken down nearby was terrified by a hideous apparition with glowing red eyes glaring at him through the rusting iron gates. Another man walking along the dark and forbidding Swain's Lane found himself suddenly knocked to the ground by a fearsome creature that seemed to glide from the wall of the cemetery. He was only saved from the monster when the headlight of an approaching car seemed to cause the thing to dissolve into thin air. When it was subsequently suggested that a vampire might be loose in the old cemetery, the hunt for the undead was underway. As a veritable barrage of journalists, camera crews, eager occultists, and just plain curious swarmed around the grim, decaying mausoleums, garlic and crucifixes at the ready. Meanwhile, letters telling of frightening encounters in the vicinity of Swain's Lane continued to grace the pages of the local press. A ghostly cyclist, puffing his way up the steep incline, had terrified one young mother, while other unfortunate locals had witnessed a tall man in a top hat strolling nonchalantly across the road before disappearing into the wall of the cemetery. His nebulous stroll was always accompanied by a mournful tolling from the bells in the old disused chapel. In the 1980s, a massive restoration project by the enthusiastic Friends of Highgate Cemetery went some way to reversing the neglect of the previous decades. As they cleared the pathways and uncovered many of the spectacular tombs, the ghostly activity began to recede. Today's spectral sightings are reduced to just two figures. One is a ghost of a mad old woman, her long gray hair streaming behind her as she races amongst the graves searching for her children, whom she's supposed to have murdered in a fit of insane rage. That sounds like Layla Rona. Hey, Navajo Blondie. The other is a shrouded figure who gazes pensively into space, seemingly oblivious to the presence of witnesses, until they get too close, whereupon it vanishes, only to reappear a short distance away, adopting the same meditative pose. This one is the flask, the bullet in the wall. She was a creative, talented rug weaver. Somebody wanted money. Seriously? She lived next door to family. Somebody broke into a relative home at 2 a.m., but she hid under the bed. A few hours later, Ella Mae's truck was sped away and never seen again. Take it. Oh my God. That is horrifying. 5 inches tall and a little over 100. That's just a little tiny thing. That's pretty cool. So I'm assuming that Navajo Blondie, is that not indigenous? That would not be an indigenous person as well, right? So I got two of you guys in here, Running Grey Wolf and the other one. Cool. Welcome. The 18th century flask is one of Highgate's most atmospheric pubs. It was once patronized by the artist William Hogarth, whom it is said once produced an instant sketch of a flight, which he witnessed on the premises between two customers who sat about each other with their beer tankards. I have no clue what that means. What? I might have to read that again. Are you? Oh, that's so neat. I got two of you in here then. No word and truck is still missing. I think it's been Holy hell. That's scary. Nobody goes, nobody disappears with a trace. Nobody does. The problem is finding that trace. I'm sorry for that. That is so sad. The problem is, Deb, I don't think they care enough just because the woman was indigenous, and that's the problem. Like Running Grey Wolf said, there's no billboard, nobody's on a milk carton, nothing. That just pisses me off. Everybody has a right to have like the proper authorities, not proper authorities, but even authorities out looking for them. Something, anything. Okay, I don't know what the hell this means, but I'll do it again. The 18th century flask is one of Highgate's most atmospheric pubs. Okay, so it's a pub. The flask is a pub. It was once patronized by the artist William Hogarth, whom it is said once produced an instant sketch of a fight, which he witnessed on the premises between two customers who sat about each other with their beer tankards. Ah, gotcha. That is so gross, Grey Wolf. Your husband is of Native descent too? I agree, Deb. I heard my son, I don't know, my son is I don't know, I want to get into the ancestry of my son's heritage because for some reason he listens to indigenous music. He loves it. And I've never even bestowed that upon him. I don't know. Maybe he was something like that in the afterlife. I don't know. Yeah, so fry bread. He told me about that. I'm like, what is fry bread? I was like, oh, I want to try that. Finally, they offered 5,000. Yeah, everyone deserves research. Okay, I'm glad there's at least something, but still, how long did that take? You know what I mean? The ghost of a female phantom haunts the pub, although nobody is certain for her identity. Some claim that she is the ghost of one of the pub's former maidservants who committed suicide when an illicit romance went sour. Others maintain that her apparition is connected with a bullet that is embedded in the wall of the snug bar to the right of the entrance. Nobody is certain when, why, or at whom the bullet was fired, and its link to the haunting is somewhat tenuous, to say the least. However, the staff knows when her ghost is about to honor them with a visit because her appearances are presaged by a sudden and alarming drop in temperature. A full-blown manifestation is a rare occurrence, but lights certainly begin to sway back and forth mysteriously. Glasses are moved across the tables in front of surprised customers, and some people even suffer the alarming sensation of feeling her invisible form blowing gently down the backs of their necks. What is that? Soap up. I have no idea. I can't even say that. What is that? It was over a year before the FBI. Figures. Hey, Two Skulls. Long time no see you, woman. Fry bread is Manny from heaven. You got, of course, fucking Teresa knows fry bread. Miss Betty Crocker. Okay, Pond Square. Oh my god, this one's called the Ghostly Chicken. Me too, Patricia. Every single time I see Two Skulls, they're so good too. So it's like a sweetbread. Steamed syrup. They're fluffy dough and look like pillows. It sounds amazing. Oh yeah, small fried powdered sugar or honey. You had me at fried. Okay, so apparently this is the ghostly chicken. Although the water source from which it derives its name was filled in 1864, Pond Square still has a certain charm. Massive plane trees cast long shadows across the asphalt, and the chance of an encounter with one of London's most unusual specters certainly enhances its ambience. Ghost goose. Don't make me hungry. I'm fat enough. Oh man, I love food. That's like my addiction. Sir Francis Bacon was a politician, writer, and philosopher who also dabbled in scientific experiments. He was one of the first people to propagate the theory that refrigeration might be utilized as a means of preserving meat. One bitterly cold morning in January 1626, whilst in the company of his good friend Dr. Winterbourne, Bacon decided to put his theory to the test by purchasing a chicken from an old woman on Highgate Hill. Having slaughtered and plucked the bird, he stuffed its carcass with snow. By a deliciously ironic twist of fate, Sir Francis caught a severe chill as a result of his experiment. He was taken to nearby Andrewell House, where he was placed in a damp bed, but he died shortly afterwards. Well, shouldn't have screwed with that chicken, man. Oh, I love soft pretzels. I actually had a pretzel. It's just so good. It had parmesan and garlic on it. It was delicious. Ever since Bacon's death, there have been frequent reports of a phantom white bird resembling a plucked chicken, which which appears from nowhere to race round Pond Square in frenzied circles, flapping its wings as it runs. Hey, SD. In 1943, one Terence Long was crossing the square late at night when he heard the sound of horses' hooves accompanied by the low rumble of carriage wheels. Suddenly, a raucous shriek split the silence, and the ghostly chicken appeared before him. Oh, yeah, now I'm hungry. It proceeded to race around frantically before vanishing into thin air. In the 1960s, a motorist whose car had broken down close by encountered the same apparition, as did a courting couple in the 1970s when the chicken interrupted their passionate encounter by dropping suddenly from above and landing next to them. What the shit? Oh my god. This fucking chicken. Oh wow. A ghost chicken. Hey Brittany, yeah, it's apparently a ghost chicken. So basically, when this couple was outside on the lawn making love, the stupid thing dropped down and scared the shit out of them. The featherless phantom has. Oh my god. In recent years, however, sightings of the featherless phantom have been few and far between. Indeed, it might just be possible that its restless spirit has finally accepted the indecency of its demise and the scientific principle for which it gave its life. Oh my god, that was good. Okay, this next one is the Gatehouse, and it's called The Ghostly Presence. This rambling part timbered pub, which was rebuilt in 1905, is named after the gateway at which travelers once paid their tolls to cross land that was owned by the Bishop of London. Indeed, it was Highgate that gave its name to the sea. To the sea, oh my god, to the area I meant. Several ghosts are believed to haunt the gatehouse. The best known is that of a Mother Marnes, who in life was an old woman who was murdered for her meager life savings in original gatehouse. She is a selective spirit, as she only ever appears when there are no children or animals on the premises. One night in the 1960s, the childless single landlord of the time went up to the minstrel's gallery and was attacked by something that came at him from the shadows. I'd gone up to switch off the gallery lights, he recalled, when all of a sudden this thing appeared from nowhere. I can remember nothing else until waking up in hospital. However, no sooner had the landlord recovered and returned to the pub than he was attacked by the entity again. So terrified was the man that he requested a transfer. The Minstrels Gallery has since been converted into a pleasant little pub theatre. When landlord John Clues and his staff cleared out the room, they threw out years of accumulated junk, with the exception of a heavy table, which they left in the center of the room. Several occasions, John and his staff unlocked the door in the morning to find that the table had been mysteriously moved across the room and placed under the window during the night. Despite a thorough investigation, John never discovered any logical reason for the table's movement and concluded that it must have been the ghost enjoying a spectral prank. There's a ghost chicken in the backyard. Yeah, it's that featherless phantom. Right, Ted? They do chase you and give you a new butthole. They're mean, them bastards. I thought getting gross was when someone took their finger or hand and went up to you. Oh! What do you think a goose does? All right, this one's called Bruce Castle and is titled The Melancholic Shade of Lady Coraline. Tradition holds that this Tudor manor house, which was once the home of postal reformer Sir Rowland Hill, stands on the site of a castle built by the father of Robert the Bruce. The manor certainly did once belong to the Scottish royal family. Above the clock on the exterior of the building, the window of a small chamber can be seen. It was in this room that the second Lord Coraline is said to have imprisoned his beautiful wife, Constantia, and their infant, for fear that anyone else should gaze upon her. Are you fucking kidding me? Because of jealousy? He locked up his wife and baby because he didn't want anybody to look at them. Because he was jealous. That is ridiculous. Yeah, when they have their babies with them, look the hell out. Distraught at her detention, the poor lady was finally overcome by grief, and on 3rd November 1680, Constantia took her baby in her arms and leapt from the balustrade, crashing on to the paving stones below. Her disturbing screams echoed down the centuries and were heard on the anniversary of her death each year. Oh my God. However, in the early years of the 20th century, a sympathetic clergyman took pity on her agonized spirit and held a prayer service in her room in the hope of laying it to rest. Although he managed to quell the woman's screams, her silent shade occasionally repeats her suicide, much to the consternation of astonished passers-by. In July 1971, two people walking past the building late one night noticed a group of revelers in 18th century costume who were apparently enjoying a ball. What caught their attention was the fact that these strangely attired guests were making no sound and appeared to be floating in midair. A few days later, another couple saw the same mysterious figures and approached them to inquire what was happening, whereupon the figures slowly melted into thin air. Yeah, they got some pretty good honks. Yeah, Canadian geese are protected. Absolutely. They are mean and shit everywhere. This is very true. I took pictures of Canada geese at the dam. I was 2 feet from them. They didn't care. The male was peening himself on his. Oh, good. I hope so. Getting a cane. Oh, probably can't wait to get those staples out, eh? Poor guy. All right, I'll read two more short stories and then I'll play that video. All right, this one is called Barnet Road, the murder victim who can never rest. The sun was setting, and the autumn night was closing in as Mr. Ward and his uncle traveled home along the Enfield to Burnett Road. All was quiet and still, the only sound being the clatter of the horses' hoofs and the low rumble of the carriage wheels. As the shadows deepened, a sudden feeling of terror descended upon both men, which was followed by an intense feeling of hopeless melancholy. Moments later, the horses sheed and bolted without warning. The carriage was dragged forward at breakneck speed as Mr. Ward struggled to control the terrified animals. Suddenly, the moon. The moon burst from behind a bank of clouds, and as its yellow light illuminated the scene, both men saw the cause of the horses' alarm. Walking on the grass verge alongside them, and keeping up easily with the animal's speed, was a tall man with a deathly pale face. A deep, gaping wound ran alongside side of his throat and glimmered in the moonlight. On they galloped until, as they rounded a bend, the hideous spectre fell behind and stopped by the gate. The horses became calmer, their speed slackened. When the two men looked back, they saw the figure standing by the gate, staring after them. As they watched, it began to fade, and moments later had vanished. The next day, Mr. Ward recounted their experience to a friend and was astonished to learn that a man called Mr. Danby had been murdered alongside that particular gate in 1832. Since then, many people have encountered his spectre in the lane in which the crime occurred. You can't stop laughing. Yeah, true, right, Ryan Gray? This one's called Enfield Chase, The Witch of the Chase. The 17th century was a harsh and cruel time for those who lived around the desolate Enfield Chase. Plague was a frequent visitor, livestock died suddenly, crops failed, and seemingly robust children perished under the onslaught of mysterious ailments. But no matter what the tragedy, the local inhabitants were always convinced that witchcraft was responsible, and so they would attempt to flush out and punish a scapegoat. In 1622, one such supposed witch, who lived in an isolated hovel on the stretch of Chase that is crossed by Hadley Road, was executed for witchcraft. Her spirit, however, has remained earthbound. For many is the person who has encountered the figure of stooped and gnarled old hag hobbling painfully along Hadley Road in closing light of day. Oh, they're used to humans, eh? Typing code. This one is Rose and Crown, Turpin keeps on writing. The ghost of the notorious 18th century highwayman Dick Turpin must be one of the busiest in England. For that matter, with the number of pubs that claim his living self as a regular, it's a miracle he is ever able to maintain or remain upright in the saddle. Turpin's grandfather, one Mr. Mott, once kept the Rose and Crown, and local tradition maintains that the highwayman often hid at the pub to evade capture. His ghost is said to haunt not only the pub, but also the road outside, where Turpin gallops hell for leather through the night astride a jet black mount. No doubt en route to one of the many other pubs, he is obliged to haunt before daybreak. All right, last one. Bell Lane, the Enfield Flyer. On a crisp December evening in 1961, young Robert Bird was cycling along Bell Lane on his way to a Boys Brigade meeting when he saw a pair of lights speeding towards him. As the lights came closer, they suddenly swerved across the road and headed straight towards him. Convinced that an out-of-control vehicle was about to run him over, Robert attempted to move out of its path, but it was too late, and he braced himself for the inevitable impact. But the whole scene suddenly seemed to progress in slow motion, and Robert was able to observe that the vehicle was actually a black coach, being pulled by four horses, all spurred on by two shadowy figures. However, strangest of all was the fact that the carriage was actually traveling several feet off the ground. Then, just as the coach was about to hit the boy, it passed straight through him and vanished. This was the Phantom Coach of Enfield, a ghostly conveyance that races along Bell Lane with its wheels above the ground. Tradition holds that its origins lie in the 18th century, when the countryside in this area was marshland and the road was a lot higher than it is today. It was quite common at the time for the speeding coaches to veer from the highway and plunge into the swampy surroundings, often with tragic results. Is it possible that this ghostly coach is a vestige of such a tragedy and has somehow left an imprint on his surroundings, which is occasionally reenacted before startled spectators. All right, so the next time I read this will be on East London. Yeah, the history of Anne Boleyn. And that's what got me reading this book was Dragon. All right, you guys all ready for the two idiots? So this one, Deb, you might probably will like this one. They go and investigate the Annabelle doll. Yeah, me too, Deb. I didn't know if I bought the book years ago and I only read like a couple things from it. Now I'm just like, I love it. I know that naked chicken ghost, like seriously. That was funny.
Right now we're in Monroe, Connecticut.
Whoa, calm down. Yeah, they're going all the way to Connecticut to go pay Annabelle a visit. That's the thing. The person who plucked the chicken, I need a doll. Oh my god. That's why you haven't been around much. Oh, that's, you know what? No worries. Dang it. All right, here we go. Sorry, just seen somebody. I've been here just sitting back, but I'm going to get more. Oh, I love hot chocolate. And I definitely love apple cider, especially in the winter. All right, well, let's watch this one.
So right now we're in Monroe, Connecticut. We're about to go pay Annabelle a face-to-face visit.
I'm going to dare her to kill us.
Just don't. You could.
What a fucking. Already off the bat. We're not even a minute in. And he's like, I'm going to dare her to kill us. What the fuck? These fucking guys. Oh, wow.
Do whatever you want.
Come on, buck up. You're undefeated.
Everyone's undefeated until they aren't.
Oh, that's true. Uh-oh.
This week on a special episode of BuzzFeed Unsolved Supernatural, we investigate Annabelle the doll as part of our ongoing investigation into the question, are ghosts real?
Oh.
There it is. The head nod is back, everybody. He's dusted it off. He had it nice.
I audibly uttered no this time.
Yeah. Anyways, we are going to be going to the real-life home of the Warrens, and we are going to be paying Annabelle a visit in real life.
You know, I don't necessarily believe that this is a haunted doll.
It's a demon.
That's fine.
It's killed people.
Wait, really? Like with a knife?
I hope not.
You know, it's in a case, right?
Yeah, it's in a case for people's safety and protection.
Are we allowed to, like, tap on it?
I'm sure you can. Yeah, you can probably tap on it.
Make little faces at it?
Yeah, sure. What are you going to do?
Well, who knows what I'm going to do in this place?
You do what you want to do.
My goal, I want to say, is for us to have a car crash on the way home.
Jesus Christ.
You better buckle up, because we're done for.
Oh, my God.
We're going into
All right. Let's
baby.
get this.
I would not be taking that guy anywhere. Are you kidding? His goal is to have a car crash on the on the way home. Oh my God. Yeah, me too, Brenda. They are, oh my God, I love them. They're so funny. You know who got me into these guys is my kid. He was watching, I don't know what he was watching. It was nothing paranormal that I can think of. I don't know what the hell it was. They did something or other, and I could hear my son cracking up, and I'm like, what is going on here? So I watched a bit of it. I'm like, oh my god, these guys are morons, but I like it.
Let's get into it. In 1952, Ed and Lorraine established the New England Society for Psychic Research, or NESPR, to investigate reported hauntings. While Ed and Lorraine...
Sorry, before I forget to say this, Ed and Lorraine Warren, they do have a YouTube channel. It's pretty good. They got, they have their, I don't even know what you call it, that the museum of all the artifacts that are haunted. They have that, like, they show that. There's a bunch of videos as well that we haven't seen. It's pretty cool. I need to have, all right, you go eat your dinner, girl. Yeah, he does. He begs for bad shit to happen. Like, he's fucking nuts.
have since passed away. Her son-in-law, Tony Spera. Over the decades, NESPR has looked into many paranormal events that would later become famous movies, including the Parent Family Haunting from The Conjuring, The Haunting in Connecticut, and perhaps most famously, The Horrors of Amityville. None of these events, however, have captured imaginations quite like Annabelle. According to NESPR, Annabelle's story begins in 1970, when a 28-year-old student named Donna received a Raggedy Ann doll from her mother as a birthday present.
Nice mom.
For her 28-year-old daughter.
Normal mom gift. Oh, you're 28? How about a diaper?
Yeah, I haven't been really watched from my parent since.
What an asshole. You're 28? How about a diaper? Oh, and get this. Speaking of chickens, and Ed and Lorraine Warren had chickens as pets.
This is a nostalgic thing. You know, 8 now. Here's a diaper. Remember when you used to like it? I don't know.
She gets it. She's like, you know I pay rent, right?
Oh, Mom.
Yeah, I live on my own.
Thanks. Could have used that
Buy
blender.
groceries. Maybe some socks. Donna would keep the doll on her bed in the apartment she shared with her roommate, Angie. Shortly after receiving the doll, Donna and Angie began to notice it in positions they hadn't left it in, sometimes even finding it. On a few occasions, Donna is said to have left the couch only to come home and find it on her bed behind the closed bedroom door.
Hypothesis 1, Angie is a little trickster. What about that? Because, let me tell you something. I got a roommate who has a doll at age 28. I might not like them. I might say, hey, maybe we get rid of the creepy doll.
Counterpoint, if you have a roommate who is 28 years old and they're into dolls,
yeah,
maybe you don't mess with that doll.
Maybe I do. Counterpoint. Counterpoint.
No, I'm going to counter your point. That person is probably weirdly attached to that doll. Probably not the best call to touch it.
No, but the best way to...
Why the hell do they have the mannequin in that room? Please see it? And also, behind them, they've got pictures of, one of them is the Black Dahlia. There's one of a guy, too. Yeah, that's a chicken kind of night, right? The freaking featherless ghost chicken who drops down out of nowhere while two people are humping on a lawn.
To then get rid of that doll that they are very attached to is to make it haunted. Oh, we better throw this doll out. It's got ghosts in it.
Their friends Lou had a bad feeling about the doll and told Donna to get rid of it. Donna didn't listen, not even after finding pieces of parchment paper which they did not keep in their home, with messages such as "help us" and "help Lou" scribbled on them in a child's handwriting. One day, after noticing drops of what appeared to be blood on the doll's chest and hands, Donna and Angie decided to contact a medium. The medium conducted a seance, which revealed the spirit of a 7-year-old girl named Annabelle Higgins living in the doll. Stories differ, but some say that her body was found in the field where Donna and Angie's apartment was later constructed. The medium said Donna and Angie made Annabelle feel loved, and that the spirit wanted to stay. Donna felt bad for the girl, and gave permission for the spirit to live inside the doll.
What if I go there and I give Annabelle permission to live inside me?
You've given inspiration to rip your spine out.
I'm going to see if I can trap Annabelle in my soul.
I don't think that's a place anybody wants to be. I feel bad for Annabelle.
That's why I'm going to trap her there.
Tops, table games, real-life dealers, stereo? You betcha.
Prison.
Prison.
Lou, however, was not as accepting of the spirit's good intentions. One night, Lou awoke from a bad dream to a sensation of paralysis. He looked down at his legs and saw Annabelle crawl up his
Do you see this stupid? Oh my god! Can you imagine? I can't breathe.
all started to strangle until he passed out. In the morning, he was convinced the encounter had not been a dream.
I do think it's a little hard to kind of wrap my head around how plush hands could, like, there's no articulation in her.
It's a Raggedy Ann doll.
It's like a little paw. So how did she?
She's just giving him a hug, really.
Well, yeah, if you squeeze like really hard, like you take your arms like this,
How is it squeezing?
take your hands and then squeeze your neck.
I'm not going to do that.
Do it.
No.
I'll do it.
No.
Just do it for the science of it. Now imagine you have little plush hands. Now take them and then just kind of squeeze. And it kind of hurts a little bit.
No. I mean, it's a doll full of fluff.
I love you. Well, okay, I'm curious.
The day after Annabelle allegedly tried to strangle Lou, he and Angie were preparing a road trip when they heard a loud rustling noise in Donna's room. When he went to investigate, Lou found no evidence of anyone being in the room. Annabelle appeared to have been tossed on the floor. As he approached the doll, Lou suddenly doubled over in pain, clutching his chest through his now blood-soaked shirt. He opened his shirt to reveal claw scratches in the mark of the beast. It said Lou's chest healed almost immediately, and that all signs of the claw marks had disappeared within 2 days.
If we're going with your
Oh,
original,
it was crazy. You should have seen it. I mean, it's gone now, but it was nuts.
well, they said that the blood came through the shirt in the moment.
This- yeah, Teresa. It was a freaking Raggedy Ann doll. The actual movie, though, it's like I don't know what you got. It was like a porcelain doll, but it's big enough to be like the size of a child. Yeah. Oh, get this. So speaking of Raggedy Ann, there is a Raggedy Ann doll downtown where I live, and it's in the window, and it's like an original one from when they first made it, and the store is claiming that it's haunted. Okay. So I won't go in the store because I'm scared that I'm going to bring something with me. Now, I don't know if I believe if the Raggedy Ann doll is haunted. I think that they did that just for shits and giggles, I'm assuming. I mean, what are the, you know what I mean? What are the odds of having two Annabelle dolls that are both freaking haunted? I mean, I don't know about that one.
But I understand why the demon would heal quickly too, like Dr. Quinn medicine woman. Like, why is the demon just doubling back right away and being like, yes, I'm making you bleed. Now I'll put a little triple antibiotic on it.
Neosporin's quick.
Not that
Fast
quick.
acting.
No,
when
that's
I fell
not
into
how
that
that
pile
works.
of bricks when I was younger, put some Neosporin on the back of my head, didn't even need stitches.
You didn't get that checked out?
No, it healed naturally.
Okay. Again, things falling into place here.
The thing is, it's a doll that's walking around by itself. It's possessed by something. I think the laws of physics maybe go out the window when you're talking about the doll.
That's convenient.
At this point, Donna decided enough was enough and contacted a priest. Another higher-ranking priest then contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren. The Warrens determined the doll was not actually possessed, as according to Nesper, inanimate objects cannot be possessed. Instead, Annabelle was being manipulated by an inhuman demonic spirit, which was using the doll to search for a human host. According to the Warrens, the demon was only a few weeks from completing its infestation, which could have resulted in the death of Donna, Angie, and or Lou. Though they didn't believe that the doll was possessed by a girl named Annabelle, the doll continues to be referred to by that original name. The Warrens asked a priest to perform an exorcist blessing on Donna and Angie's home, and Donna asked the Warrens to remove Annabelle from the apartment. Annabelle, however, would not go without a fight. While driving the doll back to their house, the Warrens claimed the car would swerve on its own and that the brakes would fail. After several near misses, Ed crossed the doll with a vial of holy water, which allowed them to finish their trip. Back at the Warrens' home, the doll resumed its haunting, moving throughout the house on its own, and even levitating out of a chair next to Ed's desk. While visiting the Warrens, Father Jason Bradford, a Catholic exorcist, reportedly picked up Annabelle from the chair it was sitting in and said, quote, "You're just a rag doll, Annabelle. You can't hurt anyone." And then back into Lorraine instructed Father Jason to be cautioning the call when he got home. 3 hours later, the Warrens got a call from Father Jason saying his brakes went out into an intersection and that his car was totaled.
What were his exact words there?
Oh God, you're
Have any of you guys seen this movie? It was called Annabelle. Then there was another one. It was called Annabelle Comes Home. I've watched all the movies that the Warrens have had their input on. They're amazing. And they are all based on true stories. And this was in the movie. As soon as, I mean, it was more exaggerated, but as soon as the priest took that doll, he put it in the, I think it was the back seat, and then he ended up, or maybe it was a trunk. I can't remember. I think it was the back seat. And yeah, he did total his car. It was crazy. Go into the light, Annabelle. Well, right now, Annabelle is actually in the Warrens Museum, all encased in glass, and it's got a tarot card of death on the on the front of it. My son and I have a store. We kept a. Oh my god! I have my buddy doll. I love that little fucker. I would open so early, move doll, and leave every day. Come back after son got there. My son thought doll was haunted. Oh really? Oh my god. Yeah, I used to have one. My buddy doll. I was a girl, so I don't know why I got one. And I also had a cricket one, but it was the buddy was the one that I was obsessed with. He freaked out, so I had to sell the doll. I still haven't told him. Oh really? Wow. You won't watch Annabelle? No, I didn't think so. I knew I loved you. It's a good movie, Two Skulls. It's really freaking good.
His exact words.
Apparently, he said, "You're just a rag doll, Annabelle. You can't hurt anyone."
Okay. We'll commit that to memory.
I hope you don't.
She's just a rag doll, right?
I'm gonna call you a lift.
She can't hurt anyone.
You're gonna be in a separate car from me, I think.
Would be crazy if I died. I mean, I know I say that a lot, but it would be cool to go out from one of the big guns.
This was not the only car accident allegedly caused by the doll. One visitor to the Warrens' collection reportedly banged on the case that houses Annabelle and taunted it, begging the doll to prove it was haunted by scratching him. After Ed asked the man to leave, the man got on his motorcycle with his girlfriend and rode off. According to Lorraine, the girlfriend later told the Warrens she and the man were laughing about the doll when the man suddenly lost control of the motorcycle, crashing into a tree and killing him.
Yes?
I just like the description that they were laughing about the doll.
What are you doing right now? You're laughing about the doll.
No, but I love the idea of them being like, ha 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 ha. Ah! What's the most?
This fucking idiot is looking for trouble. Yeah, my buddy and me. His little train conductor outfit. Oh my god, I love these guys.
Disrespectful thing I can do to her.
I'm not gonna workshop our death.
What if I creep her out and then she's afraid of me? And then she gets in a car accident.
Yeah, because she drives home. She's gonna get back into her Prius.
She's like, I don't like this place anymore. Gets in her little Malibu Barbie
Yeah,
car.
her little doll car. Look, I know if she does something crazy, that's probably the series finale.
Sure.
But boy, do I want this one to be real, just so I could see you get your ass kicked by a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah, same. Me too.
And I
It's
promise
not gonna
you,
happen.
I will not help you. I will laugh.
Great, please do.
Actually, I'll probably run away.
Yeah, it'll be very funny.
Well, we've arrived. This is Ed and Lorraine Warrens' home.
You got the demon jitters.
Yeah, this is maybe the most dangerous place we've ever entered.
Is it?
Oh shit, they really did go. That is Ed and Lorraine Warren's home. That's like right where they're standing right now. I don't know if they still have chickens, but that's where the chickens would all be when Lorraine would go out and feed them.
Just think of all in that case, the there behind that red door.
Okay. Yeah. Does this fit in the bill?
We should check out after this if you guys want to. And Lorraine's little museum they got on here. That's actually it. I've seen it. Like I haven't been there obviously, but I have seen it. It's pretty cool. He's going to get that shit scared out of him for real. I know he is, and he's going to regret it. All the stuff he says, he's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lot.
It does look like a place that would be haunted, huh?
Well, seeing that it has nothing but haunted artifacts stocked on the shelves, yeah, I'd say so. I know a little bit about some of these things, but that's the shadow doll.
That's the shadow doll.
So apparently, you could use this doll to curse somebody and have it do your bidding for you. It'll attack you in your sleep.
So I could say,
That's not how you...
Rapagara.
Well, I'm not going to tell you how to do it, because if I do, you're going to do it.
I'll figure it out. I'll read the instruction manual and get back.
That's a doll from the New England Witch Trials.
Oh, wait, really?
This is like a horrifying episode of Hoarders.
Well, it's very organized, though.
This guy behind me was Lieutenant Colt, and Ed apparently believed that it harmed Lorraine as retaliation.
It's got a funny little face.
It does have a funny little face.
Kind of looks like you.
I was gonna say it looks like you with the elongated limbs.
Yeah, but it's got those like scared eyes, you know, like this is what you look like when you see a little something you think is evidence. Oh,
Well, this is really a regular shop of horrors here.
a real scary.
By the way, we do have our back turned to the most dangerous doll on earth.
That's fine.
And there it is, folks. That's the thing, Share Bear. I don't understand why they're actually in there, because especially the one guy, he's not taking it seriously at all. And obviously, Ed and Lorraine Warren have passed on. They would never allow this. Nobody is allowed to go in that room ever. You don't get tours. Like they don't do that. They weren't doing that anymore because people were getting hurt. People aren't taking it seriously, and they stopped doing that. But now with them gone, I guess Tony, their son, is now obviously letting people in. What I don't understand though is why he's let these two idiots in, because they're not taking it seriously. And for people who don't take it seriously, shit happens, because they have to be blessed before they go in, when they come out, and and I think it's once a week. Everything has to be blessed by a priest in that room because it's so bad.
Okay, well, I guess there's no more getting around it.
We can take one step at a time if that makes you feel better. One. Okay, well, you're just gonna go then. Okay. Hey, lady.
Oh, okay, yeah, good, go.
That's her.
And there's the tarot card of the devil. Yeah. So if they unlocked that, they'd be screwed.
Do you like the
They don't know why that's there. Apparently, Ed stapled that to this box, which was specially constructed to make her contained. Apparently, the wood is soaked in holy water.
Well, that's good.
If there's something in here that's manipulating this doll, and the doll being Annabelle, can you show us your presence? Can you maybe manipulate this device that's in my hand? Can you make the temperature drop?
Any of the above, really.
Can you move something in here? Can you move the doll or one of us?
Can you jump into my body?
You could think of this guy as a very big doll.
I'm gonna lock you up inside my body like a little canary. Jesus Christ, get me stuck inside my ribcage forever. What do you think of that, Annabelle? It is weird.
Your best chance to win $1 million is here.
Yeah, I don't like it. The man who stared into her eyes before crashed into a tree and died. So
yeah, you can imagine waking up in the middle of the night and seeing that little face.
When Ed and Lorraine Warren were alive, they would tell people, like I said, they used to give tours and stuff. Ghost Adventures did go in there. So what would happen is anybody who would laugh at the doll, make fun of the doll, and poke fun at it, they usually died every single time. So that's why they stopped doing tours. It was too dangerous. So even though Annabelle is behind this like locked box, and the wood soaked in holy water, she still has to be blessed once a week. And for people to make fun of her, shit does happen. So I don't know what, I'm wondering if anything did happen to these guys.
like when we talked about. Did you hear that?
Huh? Hear what?
The knock on the wood.
No, that was the Osmo making a creak. There was no knock on the wood. Did you hear that?
There was a little.
It was clear as a bell.
It was like
tunk,
this.
tunk,
It was like
tunk.
this. No, it was like this. Like a little. It was more hollow sounding. Annabelle, I'm going to turn on something that may help you speak to us.
You think this is how they defeat her in the movie with the spirit box?
I don't think that's how they defeat her.
No, it's too annoying. I'm gonna go back to hell now, just to chill out for a bit and de-stress.
Whoa! We've turned on a device that will help you speak to us. Please use the energy of it to communicate with us. Say our names back to us to let us know you're here, that you would like to communicate. We're not here to hurt you.
Oh, lovely.
My name's Ryan.
My name's Shane.
Please say our names back to us if you would like to communicate. Can you knock on something? Can you replicate this?
Oh, lovely. She's really treating us to some lovely music.
All right, Annabelle, I'm turning the spirit box off because you obviously don't like it. I don't know if you could speak, but if there's anything you'd like to say to us, maybe something you want to communicate to not just us, but the world at large, now would be the time to do it. I'm going to give you some silence for you to do whatever you would like.
You're just a doll.
I tried to give you silence.
Isn't that what the guy said to her?
Oh, God, why
Yeah.
did you say that?
Come on.
What's wrong with you?
I'm just, I'm trying to be very thorough here.
Or stupid.
We want a response.
I'm really at a crossroads here because as much as I would like to catch some evidence here, I frankly don't want to catch anything. And I know that's to the detriment of all you watching out there. But frankly, in this moment,
That doll actually does scare me. My daughter had one when she was 3. It was dirty and needed washing all the time. The hair is even pristine. Really, eh? Do you guys get a bad vibe off this doll? It scares me. I don't know. It actually freaks me out. I don't like it.
and I don't really care. No. Oh. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, God, you almost gave me a heart attack. That's what kills me? Just the fright alone? Well, Annabelle, I guess it's going to be just us alone. Like everyone's in the room here, that I respect you, and I don't want anything to happen. In fact, if you were to say nothing to me, that would be great.
All right, Annabelle. It's you and me now, and there's no hiding. Just you and the Shanester.
What I gathered from reading about her was basically
Will say, I do not respect you.
people have gone in there plenty of times, and nothing has happened, but the people who have chosen to mess with her didn't end that well for them.
Again, I'm checking this meter all over.
See what I mean? And he's sitting there disrespecting it. I would never. No. Yeah, dolls are creepy as AF. I actually, but it doesn't look like it's fresh out of the box. Yeah, it's old, this thing. I didn't realize they could go so big for Rickety Ann. I think this, when was this? The 70s? I think this is a 1970s case.
We go up by the cross, we get a little reading. Maybe that's our pal JC. I don't know if he just hangs out every cross in the world or if he's split among them like a Horcrux. But good to see him. That feels like some positive energy. Is he going to show up in the Conjuring cinematic universe at some point to fight you?
I have holy water, though, right there. If anything happens, I guess I'll just like that. I
don't fly around the room, make my bones burn. I don't know what demons do. Singe my flesh, scratch me up, make me bleed. Can you make me go blind? Oh, look, I'm seeing some action on the flashlight over here. Is that you? If that was you, why don't you turn it off for me? Oh, now you're turning this one on.
Oh my God, I just realized whatever Shane's doing right now, I'm going to, he's like the guy whacking away at the tree with the axe. I'm going to walk in when the tree falls down on me.
Okay, so we're getting double flashlight action. That's always a joy to see. If you are going to kill me, turn the right one off. Okay.
Okay, those are flashlights. Holy shit, that's creepy. He says, if you're going to kill me, turn one off. All of a sudden, what, half a second and it's off? Wow.
Pretty resolute on that. If you're going to kill Ryan Stephen Bergara in the next week, turn that left flashlight off. It's flickering. It's getting there, and he's dead.
I don't even want to know what he's doing right now. Frankly, when I watch this edit later, I'm going to be pissed off. My biggest fear from this is not that something in the room. My biggest fear is something is going to happen after the room, like, say, the drive home or the flight home. Time's up.
All right.
Which means it's my turn.
It is your turn. I got to say, and I said it to her face, she's weak sauce, bro. Have fun in here.
I'm glad you set the stage so delicately for me. All right. I'm alone in the Warrens' house, surrounded by the world's most haunted items. My name is Ryan. If you would like to speak to me, show me a sign. You can move something in here. You can see something. You could make the temperature drop. Manipulate the energy of the room. I'll catch it on this device here. I don't even want to get close to her.
I'm sure Ryan's in there right now pooping himself. Sort of the duality of us. That's how we work. I go in, yuck it up. Ryan goes in and almost blocks out.
there's a flashlight on your right and there's a flashlight on your left. When I count to 5, turn off the flashlight on your right and turn on the flashlight on your left. This will let me know you want me to talk to you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good for...
He did seem to be more alarmed than he has been in a while.
Why did you pretend to be a little girl named Annabelle? God, those eyes are just so empty. It's just like a void you could fill with anything you want. Ah! Jesus Christ!
Your time's up. Did you not expect me?
Well, the flashlight turned on, and then the door opened, and I thought something was rustling around the room.
Just me.
Annabelle, this has been I don't know, fun's the word I'd use, but
It's been fun. It has been fun. You're a wonderful host. Thank you for having us.
I appreciate the hospitality.
Sweet gal.
I appreciate you not doing anything to me now or in the future, and I bid you adieu.
And just a reminder, Los Angeles doesn't have the best public transport in the world, so we are in vehicles quite a bit every day, always traveling. Just a heads up.
Between me and you, he's free reign. So, will that incriminate me in court if something happens to me? That's probably fine. All right, well, take it easy.
When a mother purchased an innocent-looking Raggedy Ann doll in 1970, she was simply hoping to give her daughter a cute birthday present. There was no way she could have known the horrifying stories and cinematic blockbusters that would result from the gift. Whether Annabelle is done tormenting the people she comes in contact with, or if she still has more nightmares to inflict on those who cross her path, remains unsolved.
Whew, well, that was that. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever go in there either. Yeah, you can make me go blind. What a dumbass. Wow. Friends till the end. No. I wouldn't go in there either. Men are home for lunch. I'm probably going to end this soon anyways, or now dead. I don't think anything happened to them. I haven't seen anything. I should do a little Google search and see. Actually, let me see something here. Yeah, here's the channel. Hopefully it's showing. So it's called Official Ed and Lorraine Warren Channel. Here's the Occult Museum. Here, I'll play that one and then I'll get off. Sorry if I didn't myself. No, it's not smart to do that crap at all. Not at all. Especially when it comes to, well, I've been following Ed and Lorraine Warrens for years. Like, I think they're fantastic. And even though they passed on, like, they still live on, you know?
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go down, and it's not down there. It's just a little bit of light. I don't have it all set up for a tour, but we're gonna go down and visit the Occult Museum of Ed and Lorraine Warren. So follow me down, and watch your head here, guys. We have to go through the haunted passageway to get there.
There are many things in this building here which have been involved in extremely dangerous occult activity.
So that's the voice of Ed Warren. They weren't frauds. I don't think they were frauds. No way.
This way would be the opposite of touching something holy, something blessed. Do not go beyond the yellow ropes.
As we go through the passageway here, you can see all the Ed's paintings that he has lining the walls here. These are all depictions of hauntings that he did way back in the early 60s and in the late 60s, early 70s. And, I think even the Ocean-born Mary house is here. Come out through here. This is the passageway. This is not the museum yet. So the museum is here, actually. This is the museum right here. Yeah, make sure you don't. Yeah, make sure you don't, because everything, actually, in all honesty, in all seriousness, everything here that you see or you're going to see is the opposite of holy. It's the opposite, the unblessed. It's the unholy. This is stuff that's been used in witchcraft rituals, satanic cults, all kinds of diabolical incantations. See here, those are voodoo dolls. Actually, they're actually fertility dolls from Africa that were they're stolen from a witch doctor, sent to a Bridgeport police officer years ago. He was going to sell them on a black market. And 2 weeks after he got him, he was paralyzed from the neck down. And he stayed that way for like 2 years until he finally passed away. But real quickly, I know you guys want to see some good stuff. So this is Annabelle. I'm going to show you Annabelle. This is a famous doll right here, Annabelle doll right here. That's Annabelle. That's now in a glass case. And she's responsible for the death of a young man who came here with his girlfriend. The long story behind it, but she was owned by 2 nurses. And they used to treat Annabelle like she was a real doll. These students from Hartford. She treated like she was not a person. And one day they said, let's have a seance. Let's have a seance, because strange things did happen with her. Because one day they were at their breakfast nook, treating her like she was one of the family. And they even put a bracelet on her. She's got a bracelet. And one day when they were having her arms levitated onto the table, and they weren't scared. They were more intrigued. Like, look at that, Annabelle's moved her arms. So they had a psychic they knew, and they had a seance about Annabelle. And the psychic said that was the spirit of a young girl who was killed by an automobile outside in a car accident. And they said the spirit of this young girl is an Annabelle. Well, that's not true. God would not ever allow the spirit of a young girl to be in a doll, in an inanimate object. That was demonic. That was within.
This sounds just like his parents. Lorraine was a medium, and Ed was he was a reverend, or I believe so, something like that. The Warrens are these people that own this museum. They're passed on right now. Not right now. They are passed on. They're not coming back. Yeah, they're involved with a lot of things. The Conjuring. They were involved with Amityville Horror, the Enfield Haunting, the Annabelle doll. Oh yeah, lots of stuff. Yeah, exactly. They passed on. Yeah, that's where all these that's what all these artifacts are. It's from all the hauntings.
There's a long story behind it. I won't go into it. One thing I'll tell you is a group of people here for a museum tour, and one of the kids came on a motorcycle with his girlfriend, and he was mocking it. Ed was talking about the doll just like I am. The kid ran up, started tapping on the glass and saying, this is a bunch of bunk. If you put slashes on anybody, put them on me, because this doll's responsible for putting slashes on people. And Ed put the guy out of the building. He says, son, you got to leave. He gets on a motorcycle with his girlfriend. They're laughing about the doll. He goes away. 3 hours later, that young man was dead, killed. They said the girl lived. She said the last thing she remembered was talking about the Annabelle doll. They're laughing about it. And he lost control of the motorcycle, went right into a tree, and was killed instantly. So this doll is responsible for the death of people. Come on in this way, guys.
That's Lorraine Warren right there. Yeah, you're right. In the Haunting in Connecticut. Yep.
Tom, come on over here. This is an idol, satanic idol right here. This is found in the woods of Spook. Actually, it's only about 6 miles from here. Young man.
Holy shit! Did you hear that? That thing was found in the woods of Sandy Hook. That's creepy.
Was hunting woods and he stumbled on this thing in the woods. He immediately became frightened. He didn't know why. He looked at it. It was so spooky to him. He got this feeling of dread and this feeling of horror. And he said he was like sitting next to it, like just almost lost all his strength. He said, I got to get out of here. I can't concentrate. He starts to walk away from this idol. And as he's walking down his footpath, he said, there's nobody around. It's like it's in the woods. And he's walking down his footpath. All of a sudden, there's a guy all dressed in black, white hair, white beard, walking in step right next to this young bow hunter. It's like this, not even looking at the young man. And he said to us, he said, I felt such a fright from this man. Because I asked the guy, how do I get out of here? The guy just didn't answer, just pointed that way and kept walking. He said, but he was so frightened by this guy that he had his arrows in his, what do you call the pouch? The quiver. He pulls it out. He said, I pulled it out. He said, I wanted to do it.
This just says items from exorcism, hauntings, and the Amityville house will be present in October at the Hotel of Horror. You think you did hear that? Those who believe are fierce about it, which I respect. Rise up for your beliefs. Yeah, I'm not fierce, but I do think, like, because they weren't charging people money. And then their son, that was their son who was talking. I mean, I guess it could be a family thing, a family fraud thing. I mean, I would hope not. Yeah, I'd have to read about it or watch stuff and kind of figure it out on my own. Yeah, I've never heard anything about them being negative either, Patricia. I'm always watching their channel. Hotel of Horror doesn't sound fun. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm tired. All right, guys, I'm going to get off here. I will be live tomorrow at 7 p.m. I've got, what am I doing tomorrow? Tomorrow's what, Monday? Okay, so I have the Tears of Rage book novel I'm still reading, and hopefully Selah can join me, but she's been going through a lot, so I don't expect her to be there at all. No, I would rather Selah take care of herself and her family. Poor girl. Oh yeah, I have a KJ video coming out at 9 a.m. too, and then my live at 7 p.m. Okay, so that'll be tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow then. Hope you enjoyed this. I had fun. I like doing this stuff. It's awesome. All right, you guys have a good night. Bye.